Okay, the sun is really shining in now, so I'm hopeful that that will help shine a light on what needs to be cut and what doesn't need to be cut. But we're going to keep on going. Hey guys, welcome back. What's up to all my subbies? Thank you so much. And I'd like to say what's up to all the newbies checking me out for the very first time. I don't know what brought you here, but I'm so glad you came. Please come on in. We're going to get right to it. I just relaxed my hair. So I relaxed it, washed it, conditioned it. And so you know what that means. Based on my last video, that means that I did my major trim and major cut. Okay, so without further delay, without further ado, we're going to get right into it. I'm going to show you exactly what I did, exactly how I shape up my hair. And yeah, we're going to get right into it. I'm not playing around. Like I said, I'm all about this growing hair game. Okay, I'm all about getting this health and getting this length. So we're going to get right into it. Hey guys, okay, so we're going to get right to it. I know I look a little strange. I know I look a little weird. It's okay. Don't be scared. So I did relax my hair. Okay, so I relaxed it. I washed it. I conditioned it. And I flat ironed it. I like to flat iron my hair before I trim it. That way I can see exactly what I'm working with. I can see the length. I can see where it's short, where it's long, where some ends may need some extra attention, and where I can really shape it up. What I do is I did not flat iron the front part. I like to leave this last as far as flat ironing, because sometimes when you're dealing with bangs, the bangs can get mixed up with the rest of your hair. Then you got to repart it, and this way I know these are the bangs because these have not been flat ironed yet. And especially since I'm growing in the bangs that I cut too far back. I think I talked about that in one of my other videos. But anyway, the front part has not been touched as far as flat ironing. The rest has been flat ironed. So we are going to start to trim right away. I already see where there's some stuff that needs to be trimmed up and, you know, tightened up, and that's what we're here for. I'm not taking any shorts. Whatever does not look right, I'm cutting it to the white meat, because I know that this is going to help me get to where I need to be. Okay, yes, it may be a little jarring sometimes when you see the length and you're just like, oh, but I want to hold on to it. We're not going to do that. I'm going to be extra real around here with myself. And if it's got to go, it's got to go. It looked okay in the last video where I was doing the length check. But now that everything has been relaxed and straightened, we're really going to get down to the nitty gritty. Okay. So I've already sectioned off my bangs. And what I like to do is I like to section off both sides here so that the back is free. I work with the sides and then the back. Okay, so I usually work with the back first. Okay, that way I can trim it up, get it leveled out, and that way when I do my 360 and do my blunt cut right around, it's all going to match. It's all going to match the back. So I don't do a V in the back. I do straight. You've seen the back of my hair. I do it straight across. So I do a straight blunt, and then I go in 45-degree angle. But right now we're going to do the straight across and see what we're working with in the back. So we're going to start with the back. Okay. Okay. So we're looking at the back. If I can grab my comb, we're looking at the back, and this is what we're working with. Okay. Okay. So what we can see right now, everything is just combed down, and it looks pretty good, okay? But if you remember in my other videos where I showed where I was working from, I even talk about this in my blog, my issue has been in the middle of my head, the back part, right? This strip right here, mainly the nape of the neck. And that is because when I lost my hair, when it fell out, when it grew in, the sides grew in quicker than a middle strip. The middle strip, especially down here by the nape of the neck, it grew in last. So I was working with two different lengths, and I would always have a gap in the middle. Okay, So slowly but surely, I've been cutting the gap, okay? But I think that I need to do one more chop. And I'm hoping you can see it. It looks pretty good, but there's like a little bit of thinness right in here, okay? Towards the end, towards the bottom. It's just a tad bit of thinness. And we're not going to take that. Okay, so wherever it's a little bit thin, that's what we're going to cut up to. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to part it. I'm going to part it here, which is to my ears, and have these sectioned off. Okay, I'm just going to, casually do that with my fingers. And then we're going to part and see the middle. Okay, so I'm just going to casually part my hair. Okay, so we just have the back. We're going to work with the back first. And here we go. So this is what we're working with. And then if we part it even more, the little middle part, I think you can see it now. Okay, so it looks really good, really good, really good. And then towards the very end, it gets just a little bit thin. Okay, so we're going to cut to that. And I'm going to show you where that's coming from. What I like to do is I section this off. And I'm going to section with my fingers almost half of it right here. Okay, and now you'll probably really be able to see where it is. This is the part that was growing in. Okay, so we're going to cut that. Okay, I have to cut it that way. When it grows in thick. Okay, and that's what we want. We want healthy hair. So now that the sides and it's getting thicker, I can feel it. It's getting thicker and everything like that. And now that the middle is somewhat catching up to the sides as far as thickness, now we're going to cut it. So you can see it even better now. Okay, you see it's coming down and you see where it's thinner. Okay, so we're going to have to cut it. Okay, I'm going to cut it to the white meat and make everything line up. That should be the final cut. I'm going to take this and put it on my hair. Make it even, and then I'm going to cut. Okay, so do you see where it's thinner? That's where we're going to cut to. So I'm going to line up my scissors with the guide, okay? And we're going to cut to the white meat, okay? So I'm hoping you can see this. So it thins out right about here. So we're going to cut a little bit, then we can cut a little bit more if we're not satisfied. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. Did you see that? Okay. So that's what we're doing. And we're going to make sure it's all even towards the end anyway, when we combine it with the other hair. Okay. So you can see it. That's what we did. Let it go. Let's see how that fared. Okay, so actually I think we need to cut more off, okay? It's still, I haven't gotten to the white meat yet, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to cut to the white meat. Okay, so we're going to cut again because I'm not satisfied with the thinness, and we really got to cut it to the white meat, okay? but it needs to be done. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. That is what we're going to do. Okay. Do you see it? Whoa. Okay. It's gone. It's gone. And then we're going to connect this to this. Okay. So again, I'm going to line everything up. Again, if it's crooked, if it ends up a little crooked, because this is pretty awkward, not doing it in the mirror, I'm going to straighten it up. So that's what we're cutting. We're cutting to the white meat. I'm not playing around, and I don't like gaps. I don't like gaps. So that's what we're doing. We're getting rid of the gaps. So we're going to continue on, and I'm going to connect the middle to the other side. This to this. Okay, so that's what we're working with now. Okay, so let's cut this. So we'll bring it this way. Okay, and we're going to cut this. Oh, okay. It's gone. Okay, I'm going to have to straighten that out, but I wanted you to see what I was doing. And it's not that bad, okay? When we look at the difference from here to here, I'd say, what's that? Maybe I'd say about an inch, maybe? I'm not sure. I'm just gauging it with my eyes. But again, my hair is going to thank me. I'm not even going to think about it. I'm not going to, we know what we have to do. And that's what I'm going to do. If I need to trim it, then that's what I'm going to do. So for the sake of brevity, for the sake of moving things along, I'm going to bring the rest down and even it all out. I'm going to do this in the bathroom. All I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this down to this, and I'm going to cut straight across. Okay. Okay. So this is what we're doing next. Okay. So I just parted it again. I brought the rest down, and I'm going to match this that hasn't been cut to what has been cut. What has been cut is going to be our guide. So that's how short I'm going to make this. I'm going to do this part, and then I'm going to take this down and bring this part, cut it all, and then I'll be back just to save time. I'll be back, and then we're going to do the sides. Okay, so I wanted you to see the progress that we're making. Okay, so I brought that down. I cut that straight across. I'm going to even it out. I don't think it's too bad, but I'm going to even it out. I'm going to bring this down, and even this with this, okay? But even with the cut, I feel good. You know, yes, I'm cutting off the progress, but at the same time, I'm gaining the thickness, and that's what we want. Thickness denotes health. All right, so I'm going to come back once this is done. Okay, so what do you think? Okay, is it kind of even? Hopefully it's even. If it's not, I can definitely even it up, but I wanted to show you guys. Remember I was talking about, you know, thickness, and when you cut it, even though you're cutting it shorter, it'll look longer. So even though my hair doesn't look longer, it doesn't look super short. It looks like it has potential because I cut it to the white meat. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the sides to match the back. And again, I'm doing the bangs later, so we're not gonna worry. I'm gonna do the bangs later. So we're going to, what I like to do is, even though the sun is making me really hot, I kind of like that you can see the hair. You see that? That's what we want. As far as shine, and I'm gonna put, you know, do a couple things with it as far as putting light layers in the back. I'm gonna cut it at a 45-degree angle, and I'm gonna cut this 45 and 90. So let's see if we can do that really quickly. So I'm just gonna bring this down like this. And you see all this where it doesn't, you see all this? Where this, we want this to match this. Okay, you see all that? That's what we want. Well, that's what we don't want. Okay. And am I a little sad that I had to cut it? I wouldn't say sad because I'm the one who cut it. I would just say that I'm just looking forward to reap the rewards of me cutting. All right, so I'm gonna put it this way so I can, let's make sure. Okay. Because this is awkward for me. I'm left-handed, so I'm using, and I want you guys to see as well. So maybe I'll do it this way. Does that make sense? There we go. Can you see it? Okay, so we're just gonna cut. Can you see it? There we go. See? Okay. And now it's pretty even. We're going to check it again. And I just tilt my head to the side. And normally I'm in the bathroom and I tilt my head to the side like this and I let it all hang. And I just sort of cut it freehand. Again, I'm hoping that the sun isn't too jarring for you guys. I'm thinking that it's helping you see my hair. But the sun just, it's just... Thank God for the sun. Let's not complain. Okay. So I'm going to get this right here. If I can get my hair correct. Just for that right there. Okay. So that should even that out. Okay. So that's what we're working with on this side. Again, I'm going to leave the bangs alone. I'll do that later because I already have a video on bangs. And I like to do all of my perimeter first. And I usually work on my bangs last anyway. So, there we go. So this can go. This is getting a little. And again, using my 2 fingers, I'm going to use the 2 tops with the top 2 inches or the top 2 knuckles to really secure a hold on where I'm about to cut. Okay. And yeah, see where this is shorter and this is longer, so I have to cut all this. Okay. That's what I'm going to cut. How's that look? Whew. Okay, so we did this side. We did this side. Okay. So now I'm going to go around and cut 45 degrees. Usually I start from the, oh boy. Can you see that? So 45, that's not too bad, but we're gonna, see? And I'm focusing in on the top two knuckles, okay? And you can redo it. Recheck. And yeah, that looks pretty good. See how I'm pulling that through? Just double check. Keep your scissors still and cut. Okay, now we're going to match this to the next part. We take a little bit of this and we connect it to the next part for continuity, to make sure everything lines up. Okay? Okay, so we're still at a 45-degree angle. And that looks pretty good. Okay, so that's what we did. You see how it's bringing it up a little bit? That's what that does. Instead of just having a blunt cut, it gives it a little bit of texture with the angle. Okay, so we're going to do, I'm just parting with my fingers. We're going to do the next part. And bring that down. Okay. And you see how it's slack towards the loop? So I'm not going to really focus in on that. In fact, I'm going to use my tool. I'm going to use my handy dandy. Okay. So bring that in. Bring that down. Okay. We're just going to cut a little bit. Now this is off. This isn't 45, meaning my tool, but I know exactly where I want to cut because I've been going to cut it that way. See that? Yeah, I actually want it closer to that. All right. Now I'm going to do the 90 with the right side of the comb. Okay. The correct side. Bring it up 90. Now when I bring it up to the 90, I'm going to lose some of this at the bottom because it's shorter. It's automatically shorter at the bottom. But all the middle should be at a 90 degree. And then that top part will take care of that. Okay. Then I bring it down. Take from the next piece. And again, I only do this to my ear. All the back is just going to be 45. Again, just to give it some movement, so it's not just a blunt cut. It just gives me a little bit of movement and body. See all that? We're going to cut this. Got that? I find trimming my hair, cutting my hair cathartic. I guess it's almost like gardening for a lot of people. People like to put their hands in the soil and feel the earth, and that's how I feel. Doing my hair, I feel like it's putting my hands in the soil and feeling what's going on and really putting in the work to reap a harvest, you know. So that's what I am doing. So I'm gonna do the other side. Okay, we'll do the 45 first. I'll do it with my fingers. Can you see? Take a little bit of that, add it to the next one. We're going to do 45. Okay. I don't know if I'll be able to get this in the picture, but hopefully you can see that. Okay, so we're going to cut that. Okay, so I'm just cutting across like that. And let's use the tool this time. I'm going to do it this way. Okay, that's what I did. And that's the 90. And you see how it sort of comes up a little bit like that? That's how you get that, okay? The way you cut is the way it's going to hang. If you cut blunt, then it's going to hang blunt, obviously. If you cut at a 45, you're going to get hairs that sort of angle at a 45, and 90, that rounds it out. That gives it more body here. That's what I should say. Now that's the basis of my haircut. I'm going to come back and finish it, but I wanted to show you the real Cadil, like I said, like I had promised. And I want to show you my hair. Okay, so we did another chop. I'm calling it a chop. Okay, so we cut off basically most of what we gained. But we gained a little bit. Some of it is left. But you know what? This is what I want. You see that? That's what I want. That's what I want. So I'm going to continue to do that, okay, until it gets down to here. I like that length. So we're going to get there. I'm encouraged. This feels good. I'm going to finish it up. We're going to come right back and we're going to summarize what has just happened, okay? So this is what I do on relaxer day. I'm pretty much finished. I want to do the 45 in the back. Okay, so this is what my hair looks like once it's all done, okay? This is what I wanted. I have some movement. It's blunt, 45 in the back, 45 on the sides, and 90. Okay? And this is what I want. I want thickness. I want thickness all the way through. Okay? I should not be able to see my hand through my hair. Okay? And that's what you want. You want thick hair. No matter what style or whatever's going on or how long it is, you want it to be its healthiest. And its healthiest is when you address 99% of the ends. You may not be able to get all of them, but you want to be able to have thick, strong hair through the products, your trimming, and your consistency. That's what you want. And this is what I wanted. Yes, it's shorter, but guess what? I'm so satisfied with the thickness. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. No hair left behind, okay? So when I say cut it to the white meat, That's what I mean. Cut it to the white meat. Let's get this hair game going and going strong, okay? We ain't going to cry about no haircuts. We ain't going to be crying about no trims, because guess what? It's going to pay off in the end, okay? So ain't no crying and hair cutting, okay? Especially when we do it, okay? And again, when I say that, we're going to cut it to the white meat, that's what I mean. And that's what I'm doing for myself. That's how I grew it the first time, by cutting it, trimming it, staying on top of those, and my regimen, okay? So guess what? I walk it like I talk it, okay? When I say do it, that's what I'm doing for myself as well, okay? So thank you so much for dialing in and showing up. I really appreciate it. And come on back. We're going to be talking about some more stuff and chit-chatting and this and that. But we're really going to get this together. I'm encouraged, so you should be encouraged, okay? So that's what I'm talking about. So thank you so much. Have any questions, just let me know down below. All right, I'll be speaking to you.